Hey, good morning. It is Wednesday, September 25th, and I am that developer dad. Uh, I've been hearing a lot in the tech media lately about this program called Cursor. And it's essentially, I did some digging into it. I've seen some people that I respect in the community talking rather favorably about it. And so I did a little bit of digging, and it turns out that it's a fork of the VS Code code base with some deep integrations into some AI models. And the AI models have been fine-tuned to assist with development processes and so on. So I think I want to try it out. So I installed it last night, and I did some rudimentary HTML and CSS stuff with it to see just what it could do for me. And I want to try. Oh, that's been abandoned. That's a drag. Eh. I want to try using it with a full-fledged project. Yes, allow downloads on SourceForge. So I started to open up the code base in Cursor this morning, and it wants me to install Git. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'll flip over to the main screen. This is a fresh off the installer go with Git, or with Cursor, I should say. So I got to open this, install this. Now verify that this app is free from malware. Oh, you dirty birds. Can I allow it? Nope, it is not going to let me. All right, fine. Trash. I'm going to have to go to git.org. I have Git installed for Visual Code. That's weird. All right, git.org. All right, Git installer. Here we go. Homebrew, Mac ports. I think I have Homebrew. Do this. Load the terminal, blah, blah, blah. Brew install Git. Sudo xcode build license accept. Fine. Sudo xcode build dash license accept. It wants my password. And now, brew. I just want to make sure brew is installed. Okay. Got to go up one. cd gm underscore tools. ls. Actually, I'm going to go up one. Brew install git. Engage. Make it so. Do the thing. It's brewing. All right. Now let's see if cursor will do the things for me. Here's all this stuff. Documents. Search. Source control. I've already downloaded Git for Mac OS. I think I need to restart cursor. So we'll quit cursor. And let's go back to terminal. CD GM tools. Just type cursor dot. Here's that. Source control. Here's all this stuff. Static arch. Yeah. We are on the update architecture docs. Let's commit. Stage all your changes. Yes. There we go. Got to do the message. Switch line starting with a hashtag will be ignored. Adds additional information to the architecture documentation. Save. Are you going to do the thing for me? Nope. Okay. And we'll go ahead and publish the branch. Oh gosh. Okay, so that's my local machine password. There we go. Yes, I would like you to periodically run git fetch. Now I need to check out main. And I want to pull and push. Yes, do it. Let's see our source tree. All right, good. Source. And do we have a run or a debug? No, I don't want the dice test console. I want where's my build? Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Add configuration, Chrome attached, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Not the dice test console. But the this is annoying. Source slash UI slash game tools dot Blazor client forward slash bin debug. Let's make sure I've got the whole shebang here. Bin debug dotNet 8. / net 8.0 / goodness gracious. Course CLR. I don't think that's correct. Blah, blah, blah. Launch Blazor, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I do need the C# extension. So I am also going to grab these two lines. I'm going to copy them, paste them there. Blazor client, save that. I got to come over to the extensions and add the C#. There's like a whole C# developer, C# dev kit. Here we go. Let's install this. Blah, 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 blah. Details. It's installing, and I'm going to need to restart after it's done installing. Okay. And quick cursor. Come back into my terminal, relaunch it. And see if this is actually going to behave itself for me this time. Let's try it. Okay, so it doesn't like that. Bin debug 8. Game tools dot Blazor client dot DLL. I copy the path. Cool. I'm just going to paste it here, see what I get. And take this out and say go all the way to the end, cut that from there, drop it here, go to the end, paste. Oh my goodness, that's a long bloody path. Save it, and we'll try running again. Unable to start debugging. Try that. Get rid of the args, because those are not needed. Try again. Debug anyway. Okay. This ain't gonna work. I'm gonna have to mess with it a whole lot more. Cursor. Quick cursor. But what I do want to show, and what we are gonna do, is la 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 la. Open up my remote desktop, and while it's doing its thing, I'll show you what I did do with cursor last night. Yeah. Go. Here's all this stuff. Now, let's come back out here, and I want to go to, where's the animation experiment that I was doing? Color play, Gene Tools, CD, CSS animations. Oh, you stink. Here's what I'll do. We go to the Finder, go to Code, CSS animations, new terminal, and just say cursor dot. This will load cursor back up. And I have the preview thingy running over here. I got an HTML preview extension. And last night, the AI and Cursor and I had a little conversation about these three SVGs that I've created on the weekends and in the evenings and stuff like that. And I kind of wanted some animations, and I didn't want JavaScript because that's a pain in the neck to debug. So I said, I bet we could do these animations with just CSS and basic HTML. So we've got all this, and that's pretty good. I kind of dig it. We've got our SVGs, a whole pile of vectors and stuff like that. Here's the vectors. I'm not going to mess with this probably. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these assets, the SVGs and the styles. Well, I'm going to copy and paste out of the styles into the actual application. So to make all this happen, we're going to pop over here, and I'm going to quit my terminal. And I'm going to keep this Finder window open because I'm probably going to need it. I'll pop open the Solution Explorer, and we're going to go to www.root. I'll open this in the File Explorer. And I'm going to add a new folder called Images. And I'm probably going to have to add an existing item here. Add existing item. Where are we? Just to add that folder. Okay, I guess it's not going to let me do that yet. But I wonder if I could just drag and drop my SVGs from the Mac side into the remote desktop. Copy items. Pop in here, images. It's not gonna see it. open my network in a new tab. LAN_public. Where are you? Here it is. Haha. I'll get you. Copy. Paste those 4 items. There they are. So yeah, last night I installed Cursor, had a chat with it about setting up the CSS to make these animations using using the term or using the technique keyframe animation in CSS. It was introduced years ago, and I've never actually needed it. But yeah, talk me through setting up all of the things that I needed to set up to get these 2 animations going. So that's that made me grin. So now that I've got them over on the Windows side of the house, I'm going to close Cursor. I've got these guys here, right? So I've got this window open. I need another window open. Oops. Oh yeah, once upon a time, I was in that band back in the 1900s. It's good to meet you, Sword Boys. So we got to open this guy up in the File Explorer. Pop into Images. Grab these guys. Actually, I'm just going to copy them here. Okay, and rename this file to animations. I'm going to pull animations over to www.root. And now I should be able to, okay, so there's Kitty, SVG, Kitty Blink, Sleepy Kitty, and animations. First thing I'm going to do is set these URLs so that they are all correct. Whoops. I just want to paste. 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 And save. And vectors CSS, we're not messing with that anymore. That can go away. Save that. Now, over in styles, I'm going to import wrong combination at import. Oh, dang blast it, Rob. Oh, and of course I already 86'd it. It's okay, I've got it over here. Sleepy Kitty, SVG code, animations, assets, open with, just open it with notes. I just want to grab the syntax of the import command, because I've got a brain like a sieve. for detaily things like this. Animations.css. Okay, and now this should be recognized and automatically imported by styles. So if we go to our components, pages, let's go to the home page. H1, yeah. Coming soon. Let's get rid of that. And I'm going to add a div ID equals sleepy kitty. And I can actually delete that one. And I want to make sure I'm not missing anything from the HTML stuff. Open with notes. That's not what I wanted to do. Open with text edit. That'll work. For some reason, it's appearing as an empty file. That's weird. Fine, we'll open it in VS Code. Blah, blah, blah. Where's my files list? It's over here. Let's take a look at index.html. Okay, so it's just an empty div. So I'm not missing anything over here. And I guess over here in the main window, I'll add div ID equals Blinky Kitty, I think I called it. Let me make sure. Yep. Okay. I just want to make sure those styles import correctly. And then we'll troubleshoot them on the home page, and then we're going to use Blinky Kitty on that loading screen that we set up and styled yesterday. And we've got them. So there's the Sleepy Kitty, there's the Blinky Kitty, and that makes me happy. So Blinky Kitty, you're coming with me. And we'll do some styling over here fairly soon to make sure it it gets centered correctly and all that stuff. So let's go up to our content loading component. Div class overlay content. I'm going to add Blinky Kitty right here. And then this, I'm just going to give it a span. And I'm going to do some things with this caption in a little while, but not right now. I just want to see that this is going to render the way I want it to. So let's run the app. We've got our coming soon page. Sign in. Oh, that's right. I had to change my password on this thing. Give me a second here. Keychain. Open passwords. Sign in. And I'm going to pull this over to the other screen because y'all aren't going to get access to my passwords. And it is Developer Dad Apps. Here we go. I want to change the password on the website. Done. Copy it. I'll pop over here, paste it, sign in. Here we go. All right, we're logged in. Let's go to NPCs. Oh, that's fantastic. I love it. But I want those stacked. Because when we go down to a mobile view, that back and forth scroller is ugly. But that's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Blinky blink. Oh, that makes me very happy. And we're here. So we'll go to create, we'll go back to the list, create, roll those dice, generate the AI description. Here's all that stuff, save, back to list, and here's our dude. Oh, that makes me happy. All right, let's fix the, let's go ahead and fix the positioning on this thing. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change if working equals true. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to comment it. And I'm just going to change this to if true equals true. Save. Now we need to manipulate the styles on this. So to get to those, I go to the inner style sheet. Loading overlay, position is absolute, top, bottom, left, right, Z index, overlay content, display is flex. I need to go flex direction, column, because I want to have them one on top of the other, right? So we'll save that, we'll rerun the app. And because the I changed it to always show that loading overlay, it'll just show up and we'll be able to play with it until we've got it dialed in the way we want it. So we'll go to the NPCs page. And it's still not quite right. So let's see what's what here. I'm going to right click on loading and we're going to inspect that element. That makes me unreasonably happy. So styles. This guy is a span. Box sizing is border box. It's inherited from loading overlay. I don't want body or root or any of this stuff. This should be a flex item. There's that. It's got all those goodies. There's no after or before. Loading overlay, position absolute. Maybe I need to, and this feels weird, add a line break? Could it be that simple? That feels really, really odd. I probably need to restart the app. I should look inside overlay content. Flex grow, height 100, display flex, flex direction column, line item center. Maybe if I do this as an H3 with a lowercase h. Save. Save everything. Save it all. Yeah, I've modified the structure of the actual control, so it needs to be recompiled. Hot reload is at best tepid reload. So this, sign in. Go to NPCs. And it's still side by side. Let's make sure that's actually an H3 though. Okay, it is. Good. Computed. Box sizing, show all group. We used to have something that would like tag it as a flex thing. Flexbox. Loading overlay. Overlay content. And these should be flex items. Okay, so there's that. Computed. Styles. Let's grow one. Justify content. Overlay content. Here's my flex direction as column. But I don't see let's Very interesting. There's that. I wonder why it's not showing the flex direction as column. Let's take that whole rule out, save it, go ahead and hit hot reload. What's the console complaining about? Yeah, whatever. Not worried about that. So overlay content. It's displaying as a flex box. So that's what I do want that. So let's add flex direction column. Save it. Hot reload. Bring this back up here. Aha! Here we go. And that's what I want to see. Good, good, good. And how's it look in a more mobile view? Oh, that's delightful. I quite like that. Hee 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 hee. Great. Okay. And let's pop out to home. Actually, I want to take a look at the positioning of the snoring kitty on the home page. So let's inspect that element. And we'll just pop that out full size. So, sleepy kitty, here's that. Here's our feature host. Header is that H1 coming soon. Main. It's a flex, overflow. Feature host main, okay. Excuse me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Styles CSS. And feature host, header, feature host main. This might wreak havoc. Display flex. Justify content is center, align items, center. I don't know if I like what I'm doing here. But that did what we wanted it to do here. Let's see what impact it has. Oh yeah, that's gross. I don't like that at all. Did I save? Refresh. There's that. Oh yeah, that's bleh. Bleh. So I think what I'm going to do is, instead of this, let's come back to the home page. All right, so that's good. Go to NPCs. There's my kitty. And it's back to being side by side again, which is goofy. So I broke something. Let's take this out. Save. And just give me a notepad. I'm going to paste that stuff here so I don't lose it. So we're going to save everything. Come back to the display. Refresh. Why did it revert to side by side? That's hecka annoying. And that went away. That went back to its top left position. That's fine. Bring the loading screen back up. Inspect that element. Here's the loading overlay. Display flex, justify content. And for some reason, that went away on me. I bet if I restart the app, it'll recompile all of this stuff. Sign in. Sign in. Go to NPCs. And we're stacked again. Good. That's what I want. And we'll spin back out here. All right, now let's go home. And over in styles.css, I want to go main dot centered content. I'm going to grab my stuff here. Drop it in here. And save. And on the home page, class equals centered content. And total FAFO type stuff. Let's inspect. Here's main. Okay, it didn't pick up the the class change on that. So we do need to restart. Okay, we got that. It's centered. Now let's make sure I didn't break anything else. Sign in. Go to the NPCs screen. And we're blinking. I'm sorry. I'm unreasonably amused with that. Now, I do kind of want to make the loading pulse a little bit. So rather than puzzle that nonsense out myself, well, no. What I'm going to do, we got 5 minutes left. I'm going to stop the project. We've got Sleepy Kitty, homepage footer. Let's come over here and class equals pulsed. Or class equals pulse. Save. We're going to load animations. And here's float fade away, right? That's really, really, really close to what I want to have happen. So, what I'm going to do is go make sure I'm grabbing the correct class name. Pulse, good. Oh, where the hell was I? I'm over here, right? And all I'm going to do is go animation, pulse dash opacity. 3 seconds. Ease in, out, infinite. If I can spell infinite. I tripped over that all night last night too. At keyframes, pulse opacity. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy all of this stuff. Copy these existing keyframes. And we're going to talk about what goes on. So the bottom left attributes that are being modified here, those change the position. I don't want to do that. In fact, let's do this. I do want to tidy this up a little bit. Get rid of the positioning. '86 that keyframe. Get rid of those because we don't want it to actually move the thing. those positioning directives were how we got the Z's to wiggle back and forth as they move up the screen on the Sleepy Kitty. So instead of starting out as fully transparent, well, let's see what this does. Let's make sure our styling is actually working. So we'll sign in. We'll go to the NPCs. All right, so we can see that the loading is kind of fading in and out, but I think I want it to start off at 0.1 and end at 0.1. So we'll save that, see if that made a difference, see if it's visible at all. Oh yeah, I like that. Now it's a little slow and it's a little jarring. It's like it's ramping up too fast. So the difference between 0.1 and 1 is 0.9, and the midway point between 0.1 and 1 would be 55, but that's still not quite right. So at the 50% mark, I want the opacity to be full. And let's get rid of, I'm gonna take this whole stack. Copy that, drop it into my, just in case I need it, note over here. And I'm gonna take out 20 and 80. Save that and see what kind of effect it's had. I dig it. I like that quite a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that works. That works for me. So I'm gonna pop out to the code. Here we are. And we're gonna uncomment this guy, get rid of that guy, save everything. And restart the app. Coming soon. Snoozy kitty. And why am I infesting my application with cats? Well, programmers are kind of like wizards. And wizards have familiars. And so do dungeon masters. Many dungeon masters have familiars. Your dungeon masters, imagine themselves as a kind of wizard for the world that they're creating and running. And DMs need familiars. Hee. I love that. That's so delightful. That makes me very, very happy. That's great. All right. I think we've had ourselves a productive session. I'm disappointed that I couldn't get Cursor to build and run a full-fledged dotNet application for me. That was a little weird. Um, I was probably doing something wrong, but we pulled everything over into full-on Visual Studio. We dropped the components, the CSS and HTML components for our animations into place. And there's the sleepy kitty. She's actually modeled off of our youngest cat, Char, who is a squeaky little adorable void. And yeah, this thing's coming together. This thing's coming together real nice. I think this afternoon we're going to clean up some of these UI elements that just have like placeholder text in them. If I don't have anything useful to say there, let's not say anything at all. So we'll get rid of that stuff. We'll get rid of this stuff, and then we'll just sort of do a pass and look for ways that we can, zhuzh up the other parts of the UI. Look for other problems that we can identify, and we'll prioritize them. This is annoying. I need to. We'll maybe troubleshoot the usage stats not popping when they load. Just look for simple things like this, or perhaps we'll start actually making our CSS stuff into a more easily modifiable styling system. I think that's definitely worth doing. We'll start to go down that road again. So yeah, it's the rest of this week is largely going to be just a grab bag of tinkering with the UI, cleaning up ugly little details and stuff like that, making things easier to work with for future me. And yeah, but the sleepy kitty is snoozing, and she's getting ready to wake up and start helping other DMs. All right, folks, thanks for joining me. We'll see you again this afternoon. Take care.